Warning, this is a super dope and cheesy video. Random explosion! Mini explosion.
VR, it's here and it's now. What is VR, you might ask? Well, it's a computer-generated simulation of three-dimensional image or environment that can be interacted with in a seemingly real or physical way by a person using a special electronic equipment such as a helmet with a screen inside, or gloves, fitted with sensors, or that's what the definition of it is according to Google. I'm Adrian, your host, and if you read the title, you're wondering what are the pros and cons of virtual reality. Well, let me hit you with some knowledge. Pros. VR redefines the idea of communication, expanding it from people you know in real life to anyone connected to the internet. This means that relationships will begin to be formed more based off of interest than general just location. VR can be used for a variety of things, like training people in a way that would usually put them at risk. This is used most notably in the field of medicine, law, enforcement, architecture, and aviation. Those who are not able to fully experience reality, such as disabled people, could explore the virtual world and still experience a full life. VR provides a chance to experience things that are impossible in real life, as if you were actually there. Like, example, fighting zombies in a game or flying a plane. You get the idea. VR also makes tourism and visiting sites more easy by giving a detailed view of the original place. Examples like a virtual tour or those 360 view videos that you see on Facebook from time to time. Unlike all the other mobile-based headsets currently on the market, Samsung Gear VR has extra functionality built into it, instead of a single control button like the Google Cardboard compatibility headsets. There's a whole trackpad, plus there's a volume button, a back button, and the Gear VR also has some extra built-in sensors. For example, it knows when the phone's inside the headset, and it knows when you're looking at it, and when you put it down. There are also additional built-in motion sensors for better responses and lower lag. Some of the most popular VR headsets are the Oculus Rift, the PlayStation VR headset, and Google Cardboard. Oculus Rift is the virtual reality headset that started everything and is used in most VR experiences. Developed by Palmer Luckey, founded via Kickstarter, and snapped up by Facebook for a cool $2 billion. The Rift plugs into your computer, DVI and USB port tracks, and your head movement to provide 3D imagery on its stereo screens. That's just the regular Oculus Rift. The Consumer Edition Rift uses a 2160 by 1200 resolution, working at 23 million pixels per second with a 90 Hz refresh rate. It's high-tech stuff, which matches the HTC Vive for refresh rate, but lags behind the PlayStation VR. However, given its access to the power of the latest PCs, it will be pushing a lot more pixels than Sony's headset. PlayStation's VR headset. A new version has announced the GDC 2015, and it is the 5-inch LCD display of the original prototype. In its place, a 5.7-inch OLED one, which enables low persistence, which should mean less motion blur. The display's refresh rate has also been wrapped up to 120 Hz, making 120 FPS gaming real possibility. The reported latency issues of Morpheus MK1 have been addressed with a new 100 MHz reading. The tracking actually has been tweaked a little with 9 LEDs, now aiding the positional awareness of the headset. Last but not least, we have the Google Cardboard, which will run you $15, and you have to build it yourself, and the only thing you require is a Galaxy phone, in which you put the Galaxy Cardboard in. You have your own mini VR headset, of course. The experience isn't the same with the more high-quality VR headsets, though, which makes sense. Now, here's some examples of what VR can be like.
The same position relative to the controller. This will allow our astronauts to navigate 3D space while in Argos using physical handlebars. Furthermore, using HTC Vive Lighthouse sensors and standard motion controller libraries, we're able to track real-world objects. The goal is actually to 3D print inexpensive mock-ups of tools replicating the weight and feel of the real thing while using a photorealistic render for them inside VR.
Yeah, it's essentially Space Invaders, but in first person.
More time at the clearance. Like training center. Whoa, whoa, dude.
I need a shield.
Wait, what dictates when things go slow?
When the lasers get
Here we go.
So, that was pretty good. Wow.
Wow.
Dude,
What a shot. Dude.
Not a true thing. If you lean after you hit the hit, it slightly alters the trajectory of your ball. If you just like, it just kind of swerves. Or the microphone here.
Dude, sick clip,
shrubs
man.
right there. Shrubs right here. Some shrubs right there. Da 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 da.
Look at that shot.
Little dude chilling at a tree.
Woo. Look at that shot.
Oh my God! What? There's what is happening? Oh my God! What?
In your dream, you just want to fly, and so for us it was quite important to have a very intuitive control, and you just enjoy the flight which you have.
So, as we can see, Will's wearing the Oculus.
I'm so nervous.
Hey!
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 Yeah, hi.
Oh wow, you're a normal human. She's coming. Hi. I gotta go. Okay, it's just kids messing around. It's just kids messing around.
What? I can't get up here, kid.
I don't want to go anywhere. I want to go home.
Where do I go? I don't know.
Oh, that's not okay.
Oh my God.
Me and my partner Bailey interviewed Mr. Evelbach, who has had experience with an actual VR.
What do you know about virtual reality?
I've done some stuff. I've done a virtual reality welding machine where you put on the mask and you have a stick and it knows, and then in the mask where you normally use as like a welding helmet, it actually has a screen and it can tell where your welding stick is, and you can actually practice welding without actually using it, actually being on there with a welding machine and all that, no actual material in front of you. So I've seen it used as training purposes. I guess I've seen some kind of VR Oculus headsets for gaming. So I guess in that sense I know that much about VR.
Are you for virtual reality or against virtual reality?
I guess the applications that I've seen it used for, it's pretty it's educational. It can be entertaining. I mean, I've seen plenty of movies and stuff like Hollywood stuff. They show virtual reality going to an incredible extreme where it's replacing human life, daily activities of human life, and I think obviously that could go to a point where it could be too far, but just against it altogether, I would say no. I think it's got plenty of useful applications.
Just using it in general, like what do you think some bad things could come of it?
I think becoming overly dependent on virtual reality when a user would start seeing that as what's real and everything, completely avoiding the real world altogether with it. It's probably similar to any sort of addiction kind of thing where they would prefer that over anything else and become strictly dependent on it and not able to handle real life. I think that would be it going too far.
Alright, thank you. Now through all the fun in that, here's some cons of VR. Now some cons of those who do not have access or cannot afford this technology would be left out. Could further separate social classes in the information age based on societies. Due to the fast-paced development of virtual reality and online worlds, there's a lack of laws regarding those worlds. Users can say and do things in these worlds that is illegal in reality. Also, users may be less inhibited than real life due to a sense of anonymity and may act in a way that is unsocially acceptable or be addicted. Many people may become addicted to living in these virtual worlds and as a result forget or neglect their responsibilities in real life, like I previously mentioned. Technology is still developing and there are still many flaws to be worked to. Some people have been known to have motion sickness due to using a VR headset. All this functionality is dependent on having a compatible Samsung phone which has to snap into the USB connector. It's pretty tight fit, but if you have a case on your phone, you'll have to take it off in order to use the headset. But the bigger problem is that the headset does not work with smartphones for any other company, so if you have an other brand or an iPhone, you're kinda out of luck. But hey, hope you enjoyed the video and you pick yourself up one of those VR headsets and experience the reality for yourself. I'm your host, Adrian Sanchez, and I'm out.